Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Josie's Point of View, where we focus on human interest stories throughout the Carolinas. Our story today comes from Raleigh, North Carolina. Take a look at the headline. And it reads, Math Teacher Jailed for Having Sex with 13-Year-Old Student. I'll provide you with a summary here, and I'll place a link to a few of the full articles in the description box. Our focus today is on the Montessori School of Raleigh, a private school providing academic instructions from toddler through high school. So they provide education for students from 18 months to grade 12. They have two locations, one in Raleigh for the younger students, and the older students are in Durham. And on the things that they pride themselves on is having a very unique approach to teaching and learning and a relatively small teacher to student ratio. And we're also talking about this man. His name is Nicholas Smith, a former math teacher at the Montessori School and a member of the staff for 12 years. And for the past 3 years, Mr. Smith has been in jail with a $4 million bond and facing charges for statutory rape and child pornography. Well, he pled guilty last week and he finally received his sentence. And this is what I know about this case. At the time of Mr. Smith's arrest, he was having an inappropriate sexual relationship with a 13-year-old student, and he called this relationship a consensual relationship. It was reported that their sexual encounters occurred in the victim's home, and while they were at school, they were kissing and being very affectionate. And it makes you wonder where the administrators were when all of this was going on school property. And it was reported that the school administration was aware of this relationship and apparently did not take steps to stop it, because the principal ended up being arrested as well, and she was charged with covering up the allegations, turning a blind eye to what was going on, and failing to provide a safe environment for the students. There were also additional lawsuits filed because one teacher said she was fired after she told authorities exactly what she knew, it's just too much for one video, so I'm going to focus on Mr. Smith and his sentence. And while Mr. Smith was having a sexual relationship with this victim, and that relationship started when she was 13 years old, he had been telling her that she was the only one, but guess what? That creep was also being inappropriate with her younger sister. And it was only when the sisters confided in each other that they were both having regular encounters with this math teacher that they took the matter to their parents. And it was the parents who went to the school administrators, and the school counselor contacted Child Protective Service. And Mr. Smith was arrested. He was arrested back in November of 2017 and given a $4 million bond, and he remained in jail ever since that time. He probably wasn't able to make that bond. Well, last week he appeared in court and pled guilty to a number of charges, including statutory rape. At his court appearance on August 28th, it was reported that Mr. Smith cried as he read from a prepared written apology to the victims. He essentially told both victims he was sorry for all the pain he had caused them. The victims then all had an opportunity to address him as well before the judge sentenced him to 20 years with 3 years for 3-year credit for the 3 years he has already served. Well, when I first read the details of this case, I said, where the hell is my shotgun? Because if these were my children, I probably would be arrested for a crime. But something is really wrong with our society when our children cannot be allowed to grow up without being preyed upon. And I know it's not just in the Carolinas, it's happening in other areas as well. It angers me to know that you have grown-ass adults who continue to prey on young children, and in their sick minds, they convince themselves that their actions are okay. This 36-year-old man was having repeated sexual encounter with a 13-year-old child in her parents' home. And he was so bold that he decided he needed to have access to a young assistant. That's exactly what he did. I think it's really devastating and something needs to change. And I bet these were not the only two students who were victims. I read part of the lawsuit from another teacher, and it said that he would be partying with the students outside of school hours. I'm sure he had other victims, and that school seemed to have been pretty lax to allow this type of behavior to continue. I just don't know. It's just a mess. I'm not sure how I'm not sure I have an appropriate solution, but it surely says we need to keep these lines of communication open with our children. We need to hold the school system accountable for protecting our children, and we need to seek prosecution and conviction whenever crimes like these are uncovered. And that's all I have for you right now. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you think about this story, and feel free to like and to share. And if you haven't done so already, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel by clicking on that red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of your screen. And if you click on this notification bell right here, you'll be the first to know whenever a new video is uploaded. I thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.